Hello, welcome to the Ionic Basics course. In this course, we will introduce you to the Ionic framework. The Ionic framework is one of the most popular front-end web development frameworks for building amazing cross-platform mobile applications for Android, iOS, and even Windows. Before we start with our journey of learning to build mobile apps using the Ionic framework, let's have a look at what this course consists of. In this section, we will start by installing all the tools and packages required to get started with the development of mobile apps using the Ionic framework. We will also set up a new Ionic app from scratch and also learn how to run the app within a web browser and an Android emulator. Next, we will learn the basics of Ionic. We will learn how an Ionic app works. We will get introduced to the Ionic CLI and how it helps us to build apps faster without worrying about a lot of the concerns. We will conclude this section by learning the role of Angular and Apache Cordova in building an Ionic app. This section is one of the two most interesting and fun sections where we will learn how to use Ionic components to build the user interface in our apps. We will learn to use buttons, icons, inputs, checkboxes, lists, cards, and grids to build beautiful native interfaces. In the next section, we will shift into a higher gear and learn further about more complex components that are shipped with Ionic. We will learn how we can build basic interactions with these components. We will learn how to display alerts, pop-ups, prompts, confirmations, and much more. We will also learn about navigation between pages in Ionic. In this section, we will learn how to use the Ionic and Angular concepts to communicate with a REST API in our Ionic application. We will use the built-in HTTP modules to send requests to a remote web service. We will be building a very basic weather application in this section. Finally, in this very last section, we will be building our app that we created in a previous section for Android and make this ready to be published in the Google Play Store. Finally, we will learn how to publish the app to the Play Store so that millions of users can use the app we built. To get started with this course, you do not need to learn any technology or programming language in advance. However, basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript will come in handy to understand the basic syntaxes that we're going to use throughout the course. We're going to use TypeScript because Ionic uses Angular, which has built-in support for TypeScript. You do not need to know TypeScript. You'll get introduced to TypeScript along the way, but if you have worked with TypeScript before, that is definitely an added advantage. Since we're going to work on a mobile application that will work on real mobile devices, it is beneficial to understand how mobile devices work. If you are watching this course, then you probably already know what mobile apps are, and you're probably going to already be curious how to learn how to develop an app. Finally, all you need is a computer that is connected to the internet. We will be installing everything off the internet in the starting lectures, and therefore, it is important that you are connected to the internet at all times. If you are willing to learn, you will learn. If you feel lost at any point in the course, feel free to post a question in the Q&A section. Do not give up. Sometimes it looks harder than it actually is. Everything sounds so much fun, right? So, let's get started.